Hello, brothers. This is Patrick Sullivan, Catholic lay evangelist, and welcome to another One Small House. I'm really pleased to be joining with you once again for what I think is another great topic. I really do. And this comes to you from a gentleman I met at a men's retreat just recently. I gave a talk on marriage and the sacraments, and he approached me during lunchtime, which is always the best time to have really good conversations. So he had been married about 4 years, something like that, in his early 30s. And he put a question to me that he thought was, well, for him it was obviously very important. And as we spoke, I realized this is probably very important for a lot of people. So I thought I would bring it up with you here. And here was the situation. Basically, this young man, again, married about 4 years, had been trying and is trying to lead his family to heaven. He's taking Ephesians and Corinthians seriously. I'm head of this family. I need to spiritually lead them where they need to go. I need to present my bride to the Lord, unblemished, without stain. And yet some recent decisions he was making, some things, the way he thought the family should go, his wife was really putting up a fight. And what upset him the most was he couldn't point to anything in particular that she would be opposing it for. He couldn't look at her and say, well, you're clearly doing this because, you're against what is good and you're against what is holy or the salvation of this family or anything like that. He couldn't do that. And that's where the real trouble came in. And he wanted to know what would be the best way to approach this. How should he digest this as a husband, as a man of God? And it occurred to me, I realized, I think, in that moment that though a lot of men out there, a lot of Catholic men, are familiar with the passages in the New Testament concerning the husband being the head of the wife and to present the wife before the Lord without blemish, stain of sin, etc. They're probably not familiar with the Jewish foundations on which that passage and others are built. So I started to share that with this young man. I asked him if he had ever heard the ancient Jewish stories about when a man goes away, when he travels. And I didn't think it was likely, but I thought I'd ask. And sure enough, he had not heard of it before. So I said, well, there are these ancient Jewish passages where when the man leaves, he's advised to by the rabbis that when he comes home, he is to please his wife. And yes, they do mean conjugal relations. Please your wife. Why? Why do that just because I was away? Is she going to be grumpy with me? Is that what? No. Because the wife has a special gift from the Lord, and that gift is that she actually has the Shekinah cloud with her. The Shekinah meaning the presence of the Lord dwells on the home because of her. And these ancient texts speak about the woman, the wife being the foundation, and when the man leaves, it's only on her account that the Shekinah leaves the home and follows him to keep him safe. And having been kept safe, and he returns, that Shekinah comes back to the wife and rests on the home, keeping the whole family safe once again. You see that the idea first, and this is why we can get to St. Paul and everything talks about the head, the spiritual head of the family, because first it's laid out that the woman is the foundation. Now we have different language for that, of course, that have developed over the Christian millennia. Now we could talk about the wife as being the heart of the home. So yes, the man is the head of the home. He's to spiritually lead the family, but the wife is the heart. And often I find, brothers, that when there's that struggle between man and wife, when there's real conflict, and it really seems odd because the man is trying to do what is good and the woman is trying to do what is good, but there's still conflict. Very often what that means is one or the other is sensing something that the other is not. So you really have to be careful in marital life for a host of reasons, but for the one we're talking about here today, you have to be careful because though you, the man who has named things, you're the ones with the logos, you're the one with the memra, the word, you're the one who represents that side of the divine in marital living. Though you can see the destination, you're saying, I know where we need to go. Very often the heart can sniff out trouble where you cannot. Maybe you'll hear your spiritual director say, you need to be in tune with your wife. What is he talking about? He's talking about you and your spouse, you and your wife being head and heart together, listening to each other and inclining your ear to one another. It does you no good to fight against your own heart, just as it does the heart no good to fight against her own head. You are one. We have to remind everyone from time to time that it's better to be wrong together in marital living than to be right by yourself. Remember, the evil one wants division in your family. He wants division in your marriage. He wants there to be a wedge between you. So even if you're wrong, but together, there's power there. And God can work with that, and he can correct that, and he can help the family, he can help the marriage. But if you insist on being right, I'm right, I'm going to stick to it. No, you're not listening to the heart. You're traveling the road together. You need to see the path together and rely on each other's gifts. She is your spiritual director. When you ask her a serious question, you sit down, you're saying, tell me as wife, what do you think we should do? And what are you saying to her? You're essentially saying, as the heart of the home, as the foundation, as the one with the Shekinah cloud, what do you see in front of us? Where should we go? And of course, as you know, in times when there's trouble as well, she might turn to you, the husband, and say, I need spiritual direction right now. I need to talk to the Logos, the word of the family unit. I need to know, do you see something that I don't see up ahead? Where do you think we should go? But at the end of that conversation, as I said, you should be together. You should be united on it. Don't let Diabolus throw a wedge in there. Don't, especially early on in your marriage, when if you get that mistake in there first, you're going to diverge greatly from the path that our Lord has for you. No, incline your ear to one another, listen to one another, and the Shekinah cloud, God's very presence, will be with you both. All right, brothers, that's all I wanted to share this month. I hope that helps you. Remember, she's your heart. Protect her, protect your heart, and she in turn will protect you. That. God bless you. Have a great month. And we see each other again real soon.